Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills and deep forests, there lived a man named Joran. Joran was no ordinary man, for he had been born with an unusual feature. Between his legs, something larger than any man had ever possessed before grew. From a young age, Joran had realized he was different, though he hadn't understood why. As Joran grew into adulthood, he quickly became the subject of village gossip. People whispered about him in the market, at the tavern, and around the village square. Women, once curious about the shy and kind man, started keeping their distance. Men would laugh nervously, pat him on the back, but deep down, they were uncomfortable too. Joran tried to fit in, but the constant avoidance of others weighed on him. He longed for love, for companionship, like anyone else. There were times when he thought he had found it. He had courted several women, each time filled with hope. They'd laugh at his jokes, enjoy his company, and seem genuinely interested in him. But inevitably, when they learned about his condition, they would flee in embarrassment or shock. One by one, they left him, some with awkward apologies, some with outright terror in their eyes. "It's too much," one woman said before running away, her voice trembling. I just can't handle that," another whispered before quickly making her escape. Years passed, and Joran grew more reclusive. The once hopeful man who had believed in love now found himself resigned to a life of solitude. He spent most of his days wandering the forest, fishing by the stream, or working on his small farm. It wasn't that he had given up entirely, but he no longer tried to approach women. The sting of rejection had cut too often. One day, while Joran was in the market, a new face appeared in the village. Her name was Alira, and she had come from a distant town to visit her aunt. She was different from the other women Joran had known. There was something calm and steady about her. Her presence was like a soothing balm, and though she was beautiful, she carried herself with quiet confidence rather than vanity. Alira had heard the rumors about Joran. The villagers were quick to share their gossip with outsiders, and soon enough, she had heard all about the man with the big problem. But unlike everyone else, she didn't seem interested in the stories of shock or embarrassment. Instead, she became curious about who Joran really was. One afternoon, as Joran was sitting by the riverbank, fishing, Alira approached him. She sat down beside him without hesitation and struck up a conversation. At first, Joran was cautious. He had been hurt too many times to trust easily, but Alira's warmth and openness gradually chipped away at his defenses. They began to spend more time together, talking about life, their dreams, and their struggles. Joran found himself laughing again, something he hadn't done in a long time. Alira didn't pry or ask personal